I want to talk about this trailer leak that came out yesterday, the teaser for Spider-Man No Way Home. This came out sometime in the afternoon. I got to see it before it got taken down because when it went up, it was totally legitimate. And Disney, Marvel, actually, it wasn't Disney or Marvel, it was Sony, because really it's their movie, were going around taking it down fast, and can you blame them? This was not ready to be released until it was ready to be released, and this trailer was really not ready. There were unfinished CG shots in it. There were characters that were shown that you could tell needed more visual effect shots, and they weren't finished at that point. The trailer was cut up fine. I mean, it's an industry trailer for those being shown, within the company and close to the company, not one that would necessarily be shown publicly. But man, this is so rare. I know there's been talk of like, I can't believe this leaked, yada yada. We've had this happen before, but it's been very, very, very rare. I think the first time I remember anything like this happening, not the last time, but the first time I remember is when there was a trailer. Actually, it was a TV spot for The Matrix Revolutions back in 2003 that got released before it was finished. So you saw like the Sentinels in Zion attacking Zion, but it was unfinished CGI, so it was like little sperm, little blue sperm. I'm serious. I saw this. I have been trying to find this footage, and it's gone. It's literally gone, dude. I have tried for years to find it. But and then of course there's what happened with the Wolverine Origins movie when that came out when it was unfinished, and it's rare. Now, my thoughts on the trailer. First of all, the plot line of the film appears to be, and we've talked about this before in other videos, so it's not even a secret anymore. It seems to be that Peter Parker's on trial for what happened at the end of the last Spider-Man movie, Far From Home, and the illusion, or the drone illusion, if you want to call it that, that was done by Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal's character, and, he's being put on trial for this. So at one point, Peter decides to get help from Doctor Strange. And they have some comedy in the trailer where he's like, you don't have to call me sir. We saved the world together or something like that. And then Peter's like, okay, Steven. That was weird. And you could barely hear some of the lines. But in the trailer, they did not show Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. Now, obviously they're in the movie. And if you didn't think they were in the movie, by the end of the trailer, you would definitely know. Because of the fact that we see characters from the other universes in the movie. They showed the lizard briefly. They showed what I thought was the lizard. Maybe I was wrong, but it looked like the lizard. Electro, Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, who I love. We all love Doc Ock, right? He's such a great actor, Alfred Molina, playing Otto Octavius, and Norman Osborn, the legendary Willem Dafoe, of course, playing Norman Osborn. You know, and seeing that was so cool. And the whole thing was that Peter wants Doctor Strange to cast an incantation, a spell, to basically wipe people's memory, which I covered on this channel, like, God, last year at some point, that would be a big plot point of the film. And lo and behold, I thought it was going to be the end of the movie, and it might still be, like, when it actually happens, but it seems like what's happening is at some point in the movie, he's going to try and have this spell cast, but he wants his close friends to remember him. Like, he wants everybody to forget that he's Spider-Man, but he still wants MJ and characters like that to remember him. Well, unfortunately, it seems like when Strange tries to do this spell, it somehow messes up the multiverse, and that's how you have characters from the other Sony verses, like, the Doc Ock from the Sam Raimi movies and that Green Goblin, Jamie Foxx from the Andrew Garfield movies coming into the MCU and basically declaring a war or whatever. Now, the trailer ends with Doc Ock smiling at the camera saying, "Hello, Peter." And, or is it "Hi, Peter"? "Hello, Peter." I think it was "Hi, Peter." He goes, "Hi, Peter." Obviously, well, it might not be obvious, but I think it's obvious. He's not talking to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He's talking to Peter Parker from his universe because he wouldn't even know that Tom Holland is Peter Parker in the MCU. I mean, maybe some point in the film he finds out, but I feel like that scene is him talking to the Peter Parker from the Spider-Man 2 timeline, if you want to call it that. But I was told last week, and I had talked to Josh from Den of Nerds and a few other places. I had talked to him about how there was a heavy rumor, and this has been going around for a while, that Sony would not feature Garfield and Maguire in the first trailer, and that they would hold off on that until later, until a future trailer to show them or something else. But the first trailer would kind of set the tone, for what the movie's plot, basic plot, not details of what could happen. But just the fact that they showed these villains tells you what's going to happen. I mean, it's more than obvious, folks, as to what's going on. And I feel like, and I could be wrong about this, but I feel like we're going to see the other two Peter Parkers probably in the second half of the movie. They're not going to be there the whole time. I think the first act of the film is going to be, and I've covered a lot of this in spoilers, but there's still stuff that we don't know yet. The first act of the film is going to be Peter trying to figure out what he's going to do with the whole Mysterio thing. And then we're going to see the villains come in. They're probably going to kick his ass. And Strange might help, he may not, I don't know. And then after that, we're going to have the other Spider-Men kind of appear. We're going to have a big fight at the end. So that's kind of the way that I'm perceiving this going down. Now, James Franco will not be in the movie playing the Green Goblin's son, Harry Osborn, because of all the sexual allegations. I found out yesterday, I got DM'd yesterday about it. I didn't even know this dude was going through all this stuff. So, unfortunately, he's not in it. Sandman, though, from Spider-Man 3 is supposedly going to be in it. So that's going to be interesting. And we'll see how it comes out. I mean, Doctor Strange narrated part of the trailer and talked about the multiverse and all that, which was established in Loki. So Loki becomes, like I said during that show's run, Loki becomes a very important, if not the most important part of Phase 4 of the MCU because it's telling the story of, or not telling the story, but setting the groundwork for the stories of Phase 4, including the multiverse, Kang the Conqueror, etc. And this movie will be one chapter in a ever-growing story of how this is going to affect all the heroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But overall, this thing, if you didn't see it, I would just be patient. You can probably try to find it online if you look hard enough, but Sony's taking it down fast. If you did not see it, be patient because I think the trailer's going to come out very soon. I was thinking maybe sometime by the end of this month, like in the next week or two, but maybe even by the end of this week, or even maybe today or tomorrow. I don't know. There have been leakers saying it could be anytime this week. I'm gonna say more so closer to next week, but probably right when I think it's gonna come out right before Shang-Chi comes out, and I think if you go see Shang-Chi, right, I think that is when you're going to have a chance to go and see this trailer. And that's my prediction. I could be wrong. So what did you think about these leaks? I think we knew it was coming. This was not a BS story about the multiverse. It wasn't. But seeing it is cool. And I'm always happy when guys like Willem Dafoe and Alfred Molina get paydays because they're so good at what they do. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon.